People disappearing when space-time portals suddenly open in front of them, according to claims. Alexis and Paul, a couple taking a walk just outside the city in a national park, which has a reputation for people disappearing in there in the past. They don't go very far inside, and at some point, they approach two separate trunks of tall trees at a distance of about 12 feet from each other, while their branches join and form an arch between them. Paul opens his arms and tells Alexis that there's a great place to sit. Then his left hand touches something that was not visible. It seemed to him that he touched something resembling a cobweb. He panicked and pulled his hand away immediately. Alexis believed that he was teasing her, that he was making fun of her. He insisted and tried hesitantly to locate the spot in the empty air. She laughed and said to him to cut it out. Yes, there is nothing there. And immediately, unconsciously, he went and stood at about the same point, and as soon as he took a step, he disappeared. A few days later, the same girl, Alexis, was found on another continent without knowing that she was there, without being able to explain anything, without being abducted, without being taken to a transport place, without being led her there, without anyone having led her there. Those who found her took her to the police. None of what she told them convinced the police. On the contrary, they believed that they were dealing with a madwoman. When doctors started examining her, they found that something was wrong, but they could not understand what it was, since Alexis looked and was physically and mentally healthy. The above was a fantastic story based on some very strange information and hypothesis provided by David Paulides after researching the missing 411 book series in an interview he gave to Coast AM, which are based on his findings about some of the strangest cases of missing persons that mysteriously disappeared and which he himself investigated, as he claims. David Paulides is a former police officer and has spent more than 20 years researching mainly issues relating to the disappearances of people in national parks and elsewhere under very strange and mysterious circumstances which remain unexplained and unexplored. He deals with these disappearances in a series of books called Missing 411, which has been reviewed by some of North America's best search and rescue professionals, journalists, radio and television stations. But this time, in an interview he gave to Coast AM with George Norrie, the issue of disappearances goes a few steps further, as many skeptics would attribute to him that he has passed to the level of science fiction, since these things, he says, do not exist as far as we know, nor is there any evidence or proof of the assumptions that he makes. However, even as a sci-fi story or as a script for a movie, it could be of immediate interest if we saw it in a series, for example, on Netflix or HBO or anywhere else, and many viewers would wonder, do such things happen? And they are hiding them from us. David Paulides, among various possible scenarios that he throws on the table, that they may have caused the disappearance of some people, such as, for example, crime, kidnapping, human trafficking, more or less, examines the hypothetical case that some people went missing after the appearance of a UFO. Yes, the followers of such theories could easily accept it, but what if these people disappeared inside these portals? What if a person somehow accidentally entered a space-time portal or a gate of some kind and exits into another dimension? We live in a strange universe that we don't know too much about. Anything could happen. What if they go through a gate of some kind of portal to another dimension and have left and have no idea how to go back? Let's remember the ancient Greeks believed that there were certain areas in Greece that were such portals. Now, is it possible, in fact, to have areas where people have mysteriously disappeared because these specific areas at some precise point are prone to spontaneous gate formation, portal formation? That is, could these portals open and close for no apparent reason? Can something that we cannot identify activate them? And what happens next? Whoever enters goes and travels somewhere else. These portals, according to many fantasy books, movies, and video games, are connected to other places, in another time and space. Some of them are connected to other remote places, even beyond our Earth. Others travel back or forward in time, where completely different physical conditions may apply. However, for the time being, nothing seems more logical for the mysterious disappearances without a trace than the unlikely event that they entered a portal or were sucked in by a UFO, and it may exist, but for now, this logical explanation escapes them. Many conspiracy theories spread that there are some kind of secret technology that can activate and open these types of space-time portals, or even create them, so whoever goes through them disappears from the spot and appears somewhere else, quote-unquote. Therefore, the disappearances of people to be an experiment of good operation of these machines. There was also a video titled David Paulides Missing 411 and the Spontaneous Formation of Portals, end quote, that went into more detail but has now been taken off YouTube. I don't know. Now, this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.